Hello everyone, hope you're all okay. Right, a few videos ago I showed you this tassel thingy that I made. There was that one and this, is it gone? It's hiding. There it is. This one I've put on my journal. But I just spoke about them and said how I'd done them, but I didn't show you how I'd made them. And my lovely friend Traceyjanine, she said, could I show you how to do them? So I thought I would. Come on, you have to bear with me, I'm not feeling 100% this week. Well, soldier on. This is the yarn I used. It's Wendy shimmer yarn. I like eyelash trim. That lovely friend Linda Pierce sent me. Thank you very much, Linda. There's no colour on it. The colour code is, shade is 2061. Yeah, it's lovely. So I've just cut a piece off, and this particular piece is 20 inches. I think when I did it, I just did it straight off of the thing and then worked it, I cut it off as I was doing it. But so that piece is 20 inches, and I just folded it over like that. And then I got made myself a little open-ended needle with, I think this is just like a beading wire or something. I've had it years. I bought it for something else and wasn't any good, but it's just want a thin wire that'll go through when you've doubled it over, that will go through your beads. Oh, that's gone all over the place now, it's all unravelled. So I've got some beads out. I thought I would do this one, and this is just, you know, it's just a bit of wackiness that I just did. So threaded it on like that, so I've got the tassels at the end, the cut pieces at the end. With it am I? And then I put the beads on in reverse order. So I got the, I hope you can see all right. It's ever such a dark day here again. So I've got a big glass bead, no idea what size they are. And I can't see now, can I? Yeah, well, there we go. Yeah, I would just say, before you start, just check, you know, check that all your beads fit through the wire you're using. So just pull that down a bit. And we used, I'm going to use this is a smaller one, a green one. This is a glass one again. Just pulled that down. I'll sort them all out in a minute. And what have we got? Oh, then I used one of these that you saw me use from BB Crafts. What BB Crafts sent me. Little, like, can't remember what they were called. Are they spacer rings or something? So that's got quite a big hole in it there. So I you know, I needed a bigger bead there so that it wouldn't go through that hole. It's just all going to depend what you've got. And then another one of these glass ones I used. That. Then we want the wings on. And a little disco ball head. Oops. Those were from BB Craft. If I remember, I'll try and leave the links to my other videos, that the projects that I actually did for BB. Let's have a look. That one, and then we'll put a little bead cap on, the little bead cap for a little hat, or you could put one of the smaller ones of these. I haven't got those out, for like a little halo, crown, whatever you like to call it. So that's that bit. Now I don't want all that up there, so I'll bring all those up there like that. Let's have a look. Decide how long you want the tassels. In this one, I shan't do this today, but this one I put little beads on the bottom, just threaded them on the same way as I've just done that, and then just tied a little knot at the bottom and pulled the bead back down, but I shan't do that. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Now, I think I tied a knot. Pull that down again. I think I just tied a knot there so the top bead wouldn't come off. Yeah, you could tie a couple if you wanted. I tried to leave some little bits of the fibre sticking out, because that's just fun and funky, in my opinion. Hook some back up there. That one's a little bit tight, but it's all right. So sort of manipulate them to how you want them. So we've got that. You don't even have to use the angel wings. I didn't on the other one, but I just thought I would do. And then if I remember rightly, I've slept a few times since I did these, so I can't remember exactly. I think I just tied a knot there just to stop that bottom one coming off. And then for the bottom piece, all I did, just going to put that, when you use these bits of wire, you do have to be careful because they're not very visible, and I've lost loads of them. I suppose I ought to stick a bit of, either wrap a little loom band round or stick a piece of tape on or something. Yes, so I then thought, right, that's a bit, you don't just want it like that, I want some more tassels. I don't know, they might all fall to pieces, who knows? It's just I was asked how I did them, so right, just do it a little bit longer. Right. Just take that out of there. Right, where were we? So, about like that. So, 1, 2. I can't remember how many I put on. Will that do? Do we think that'll do? We'll do another one. Decide how fat you want it. So I just got a load of yarn like that. I haven't cut the ends yet, but I am just gonna go off thingy a minute so I can, let's have a look. Yeah, just folded it. Just get that like that. I haven't cut these pieces yet. I'll do that in a minute and sort that out. And then I'm just going to tie that round there. It just looks as though it's going to be a bit long and I'm going to have to waste some. And this is just how I did it. It's no fancy blowing. I think fancy, it's just a fun thing. Or it was for me. I can't feel my hands. I'm that cold. I'll tell you a little story in a minute of yesterday. Right. if I remember rightly, I did get in a bit of a spangle with this, with it being eyelash trim. Yeah, and I couldn't see what I was doing. It was all getting tangled up. And of course it will do when we're doing a video, won't it? There we go. Let's have a look. So I just tied that on there, and I would have tied it on a couple of times, I would think. There we go, that's all right. Do it that way, and then I'll do it this way. There. And then I'll just cut the bottom pieces. Just play about with what you've got. Could probably have left those a bit longer, but anyway, that's basically how I did it, Tracy. When you take a bit more time and get your tassels how you want them at the bottom. I might just leave that like that, actually. It's alright, doesn't matter that there's longer and shorter ones, and then if you want, just tie some beads on there. Yeah, so I hope that's explained how I did it. I'm not saying this is the way to do it, this is just how I did it. Right, little story. I might as well try and put some beads on there while I'm telling you this. Yesterday, as I've just said, I've not been feeling 100% this week. Yesterday, I was talking to Mr. Doodle on the phone. I said, "Oh, I don't feel brilliant." He says, "What's the matter?" I said, "I don't know." I said, I'm not hurting. You know, I've not got pain or anything. I just feel a bit yucky." He said, "Well, why don't you go and have a lay down?" It's like, no, I don't really want to. This was, I don't know, 12:30, 1:15, something like that. I said, no, I don't really want to. Anyway, by the time I'd finished talking to him, I said, "You know what, I think I will have a little sleep. Just let me see if I've got any little beads." I said, "I think I will have a little sleep." So I said, "I'm going to turn my mobile phone off and turn the phones off and the doorbells, etc, etc. So I can't multitask, can I? I can't do it at all. So it was 1:05, and I thought, went to lay down. I was absolutely frozen, as I am today. I'm really, really cold. My nose is running. I thought my nose was running, but it's not. Yeah, I was so cold. I just went to bed with all my clothes on, and I got my Santa hat on, but I took my Santa hat off. Went to bed with all my clothes on, covers right up over my head. I woke up 2 hours later. It was, I think it was 3:15 when I woke up. Or it could have been between 3 and 3:15, about 2 hours I'd had. Absolutely. Just before I laid down, I thought, oh, I don't know whether I'll get to sleep. I was gone. And say 2 hours later, I woke up. Can't see this. Can't see what I'm doing now. 2 hours later, I woke up. That won't fit in there. I'm going to stop doing that and just talk. I woke up, looked at my phone, and I got all these calls. There was calls from Mr. Doodle, calls from my daughter Michelle, calls from my stepbrother Trevor, who lives just down the road. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? Anyway, last week, Mr. Doodle decided he wanted to get one of these camera, was it ring.com camera doorbells. So I got one of that, put that up last week. So also on my phone, I'd got this missed call from the doorbell, and you can see who's at the door. So I looked, and it's my daughter. I'm like, oh no, I've missed her. Anyway, I rang her straight away. And I says, oh, I'm ever so sorry I've missed you. She says, oh, it's all right, Mum. She says, I've been in and burgled you. I says, what do you mean? She said, well, she says, I was ringing all the bells and of course Mr. Doodle, this ring thing, it's connected to Mr. Doodle's phone, so he actually answered it. I'm as deaf as a post anyway, and everything was switched off, so I wouldn't hear it, obviously. But I think she said she'd knocked at the front door as well. So anyway, Mr. Doodle, he answered her, and she says, how come you're answering? He says, oh, it's clever. Anyway, to cut a really long story short, I'd got them all a bit worried. Apparently the neighbours across the road, they'd seen what was going on, and it's raining now, and they're friends with my stepbrother, so they'd rang my stepbrother. My stepbrother had rang Mr. Doodle, and he says, oh no, it's all right, she'll be asleep, blah blah blah. So I'd set a load of people off worrying about me. Anyway, I said to Michelle, what do you mean you've burgled me? She says, well, she says, Dad told me where I could get a key from. He wanted me to come in and check that I was all right. So she'd been in the house. And she says, oh, don't worry, Mum. She says, I went in there, so we have a toilet downstairs. She says, went in the toilet. She says, you've got spray. I've got sprays, antibacterials, all that lot, sanitising stuff. So she said, would wipe the door down and everything. Anything she touched, she'd wiped it down, used hand sanitizer. And she said, I came in your bedroom. She said, as I was coming up the stairs, I was shouting, Mum, Mum. And she'd come in my bedroom and she said, you was absolutely spark out. I said, did you check I wasn't dead? She said, yes. She said, I could tell you was breathing, but she said, you was absolutely zonked. But she said, I was stood right next to you. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And anyway, what she come over for was to pick those little, I can't show you them because she's took them, those little charms that I'd made her the other week. But what a story. I was like, oh dear. But it's quite freaky to think that, you know, somebody had been stood at the side of me, because, you know, when you see it in films, don't you, and you see creepy people going and standing right next to people in bed, and I've always thought, even though I'm deaf, I thought, well, nobody could do that to me, because you would just, I don't know, your body would sense that there was somebody there, but no, didn't hear a thing. So yeah, I think a little sleep probably did me a bit of good, but by 7:30 I was nodding off again, and then I went to Mr. Doodle said, get yourself to bed. So I went to bed at, I think it was 8:20 when I turned my light out, and I slept until 11:15, I think it was, and then I couldn't get back to sleep, could I? So I had a bit of a restless night again. So I'm tired again today. So that was my little story, and I couldn't multitask and do that at the same time. But I hope that's helped you, Tracy. I say it was pretty easy. You'll probably find a different way of doing it. But that's just the way I did it. Just did it back to front. I mean, if you don't have the any wings or anything on, it doesn't matter what order you put them on. But yes, so right, that's enough twaddle for me for today. I don't know when this video, I can't think whether I've been sort of scheduling them, so I'm not putting 2 or 3 up a day, because I think people get fed up. So I don't know. Today's Wednesday, I think. Oh, that was another thing. I'm really not with it this week, you know. Monday morning when I woke up, I was like, oh, right, what day is it? Yeah, it's Wednesday. I put my phone on, and I thought, oh, God, something gone wrong with my phone now. Why is it telling me it's Monday? And I mean, I'm often either a day in front or a day behind, but not 2 days. And this week's now seems to be going really slowly. I don't know. I think the demons are with me. Anyway, I'm going. So hope that's okay for you, Tracy. Oh, and the other thing I did, I used one of these little bulb. I keep calling them clips, but they're bulb pins for anybody that hasn't seen them before. Evelyn said I think she put bulb clips. It must have sounded like I said bull. Yeah, she put bull clips, I think she said. And I must have called them clips, but if you've not seen them, they're called bulb, B-U-L-B, because they're like a little bulb. Bulb pins in Amazon or eBay or wherever, and you can get them in all different colours. I've just got these black ones. I think I have got a few others that somebody has sent me, although they might be this colour as well, but you can get them in all sorts of colours. So I just put that on there so that I could fit the other one. Oh, my hands are so cold. On my journal. Right, I'm going. I am in twaddle mode. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching, and I hope this is what you meant, Tracy, because you said, could I show you the dangles? And I said, yes, I'll show you the dangles, and then I realised that I had actually shown you how to do those in that video, so I thought you must have meant these. I don't know. Anyway, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.